Hi everyone, this is Ekram Hanna. Here's my persuasive speech about does fashion reveal our identity? When I was in college, every time I go for clothing shopping, I came back with nothing. As living in a small city where people shop from same stores and few brands and not too many options, that just makes it harder to find what I really like. I didn't want to be a copy of someone else. Instead, I was always looking for something to present me well. That was my first time thinking about making my own clothing by taking my mom's old stuff and trying to turn it to something that I could wear. That became my hobby since that time, to design and make my own clothing and add my own touches. That's where I found out what presents my personality, as I always look for simplicity, elegance, and medium modesty. Most of us think what we wear doesn't matter, but I believe it matters, as the way we look affects the way we see ourselves and tell others about who we are, and most of the time shows how we feel inside. And this is why we should care about what we wear. Fashion does reveal our identity. That's why you should choose clothing presents your personality. According to the information I found at Culture Look Fabulous website, an article by the author Jamie, as she said, fashion shapes identity in different ways. From the colors we pick to the stores we frequent, who we are is ingrained in our style. Clothes, shoes, accessories, and even body modification like piercing, tattoos, hair dye, and cosmetic surgeries are all a part of fashion in one way or another. She mentioned somehow we decide why we want those jeans, that pair of shoes, or our first tattoo. Considering we are highly complex individuals who absorb many different characters through our lives, identity is a complicated concept. From how fashion shapes identity in terms of age, gender, class, and more. I hope this will help us learn about who we are, why we make certain style-related choices, and how to better understand others. Now, I invite you to think. If you have had that favorite dress that fits perfectly in all places, or that power suit that gives you always self-confidence before any meeting, then you will probably understand how clothing can have that direct effect on your self-esteem. Although you don't have to be rich to look nice. When you cannot afford any at all, then self-esteem and self-worth can do. The correlation between clothing and how we feel about ourselves is so strong that in The Psychology of Dress, published by the Birch Fashion Library, a team of social psychologists found that when women put on a swimming suit as part of research project, they performed more poorly on a subsequent math test than other women who were putting on a sweater. The way we dress is like communicating without words. if we like it or not, other people could judge us by our appearance. Although if you feel good and confident about your look, then other opinion doesn't matter. I have interviewed the Midwest Regional Retail Manager at Nordstrom Company, and her name Yolanda Ballard, and asked her if fashion reveals our identity. As she shared with me, her mom taught her to always present her personality. She liked Vogue magazine a lot. We're showing all of these white women models, sophisticated and mature, growing, trying to fit in as a black woman by copying other white women to feel accepted. Ballard mentioned, after the social transformation that starts in the 1950s and continued to develop in the 70s, expressing your personality through fashion is easy more now than before. Even designers started designing clothing with message. Fashion express our identity. I believe what you wear makes you feel good and confident. That's what will present you well. As the CEO of Quality Alteration and Tailoring Company, as our statement is, looking good, feeling good. As we believe the impact of our look on our mental health. Imagine wearing a long dress that's dragging on the floor and the top doesn't fit you well. I believe that will take your attention the whole time about how uncomfortable you feel. Always you will be worried about tripping while you are walking. Or imagine that you have a job interview that you have to wear a suit and your pants were bigger than your size. That will make you lose your self-confidence, as your brain will keep thinking about how you are uncomfortable wearing oversized suit. Ralph Lauren said, fashion is not necessarily about labels. It's not about brands. It's about something else that comes from within you. I invite you to take this test that takes only 2 minutes to help you learn how your look expresses your personality. You can also read some of our company customers' reviews about their experience by visiting www.qualityalteration.us, and you can just click the link and take the test.